What's up, YTPC? This is DSG Pipe Smoker with another pipe smoking video. Today, I am smoking my Artisan Estate Bent Apple with some Elizabethan mixture in it. And today's Weekend Pipe Chat. And I've got a lot to cover, so let's get right to it. First of all, judging by the title, you guys are probably going to skip this, but for those who might be interested, I'm going to take a week off of pipe smoking, starting today, well, starting after I finish this bowl, but in the meantime, I've got some videos planned. One of them is going to be a deep cleaning video, which I do on my pipes about once a week or once every other week. In addition to that, starting the week after that, hold on. Oh, no, that's just the paper inside of that tin. Anyway, I'm going to do some pipe tobacco reviews in a couple weeks. And those pipe tobaccos are H.H. Bold Kentucky, a blend that I've been smoking a lot of recently. I'm about halfway through the tin, and I love it. It's a really good blend. Doesn't quite edge out or look dark strong, but man, it's a close second. And I've only gone through half a tin. The other one I'm going to review is another really good Dark Fire Kentucky blend, which is Warhorse. There's not a whole lot of reviews on this, so this will actually be first. But those are the tobaccos I'm going to review. In addition to that, and I'll probably do this over the next week or so, but I'm also going to do a review on this Amphora Extra 728-848, which is sort of a chimney, almost pickaxe-ish kind of shape to it. But I'm going to do a review on this pipe. So that's the plan over the next couple of weeks. Again, for those who happen to be interested. Also, the hunting trip that I had planned on doing in the middle of August, well, that got canceled. So I'm thinking next weekend I'll probably take a trip to, what's it called? Hatcher's Pass. Probably take a trip over to Hatcher's Pass and give you guys a weekend pipe chat over there. But on to the shoutouts and the topic of today, the main topic. I acquired this estate pipe. Now, I was able to, with the help of Blend Recommender, so this is a shout out to Blend Recommender. Thank you very much. You were very helpful in helping me definitely identify what this pipe is. I don't think you're going to be able to see it or not, or I don't think you'll be able to see it, but on there is the stamp RG, and I'll repair that. I've been doing some research on how to do it, but I'll repair that here when I do the stem. That's another video I'm probably going to do here eventually, is how I restore vulcanite stems, and I do it in a manner that is, well, it's about $3. And that's a price for repairing your vulcanite stems that you're really not going to beat, and it obviously doesn't require any power tools. So look forward to that as well. But this one was behaving quite differently than what you would typically expect most estate pipes to behave when you use a salt and alcohol treatment on them. Now, typically, when you use a salt and alcohol treatment on a pipe that's carbonated, with the carbon layer, the carbon cake layer on the interior of the chamber, at the very most, and you have to really let it soak in to do this, but at the very, very most, it'll soften it up just a little bit, just enough to be barely noticeable, so it's a little bit easier to ream out. But other than that, you can do a salt and alcohol treatment on a caked pipe, and the caking will not fall out, it will not dissolve, it won't disappear. On this pipe, the caking did disappear. Hopefully you guys can see that if I tilt it, like so. But I did not ream this pipe out, except for the very bottom, where the previous owner has done some minor burnouts, which I'll probably do a video on how I repair that. I did a video on how I burnt out and repaired my Savinelli, but I didn't go into detail. I didn't actually show how I made the pipe mud, I just described it. So I think I'll make a video on how I repair burnouts, or minor burnouts. But given the unusual nature of how the caking in this pipe behaved, oh, I should probably explain that, huh? Yeah, it dissolved the caking inside of the chamber of the pipe, and it turned the salt completely black. Also, in addition to all that, when I dipped the Q-tip in alcohol, I went to clean out the shank. Not only did it turn completely black, even after several Q-tips, which, you know, is understandable with an estate pipe, but usually even a estate pipe, I can get 3 or 4 Q-tips that'll turn black from the built-up tar, and then it'll start changing into a lighter shade of yellow. Well, when I set down the Q-tip, the alcohol and whatever was in the pipe ran up the shaft or the handle of the Q-tip, which normal tobacco residue and the tar buildup and the leftover tobacco, that gets deposited into the shaft, or the shank, I should say, that doesn't do that. Yes, it'll clean out if you obviously if you dip the Q-tip in alcohol and clean it out, it'll clean out that tobacco residue, but it will not then proceed to travel up the length of the Q-tip. It's a very loud bush pilot. Anyway, so I googled, carbon layer in the cake. The carbon cake layer of my pipe inside of the chamber is dissolving when I add alcohol to it, and I didn't get any results out of that. So then I pondered, well, this is Alaska. I wonder what would happen, or I wonder what kind of information I'd come up with if I were to research how people clean their bongs. because it's very possible that somebody might have smoked weed out of this pipe. And when I did that, I found out something very interesting. The built-up tar, I don't think it's called tar, I think it's called something else, but I can't remember. Anyway, built-up residue from the marijuana that you smoke in your bongs, that can get easily cleaned just by dropping the glass bong into a container of alcohol, and either you let it soak in there with the alcohol, and the alcohol will dissolve all of that built-up tar from your marijuana, or some people will put the glass bong into a container with some salt, and what the salt does is it acts as an abrasive. So when you go to shake up the container with your bong inside of it, the salt will further aid in cleaning up the residue, and it literally just dissolves away the residue inside of your bong. So that led me to the conclusion that the previous owner of this pipe smoked weed out of it. So I decided to give Rick from Briarville a call. And this is a shout out to Rick as well. Rick, thank you very much for your helpful advice. I was the guy who called you. It must have been like 6 or 7 o'clock at night, on a Saturday, the day before the recording of this video. This is being recorded on Sunday. And we talked about that, and we talked a little bit about the FDA. So, if you're watching this video, I was the person who called you. Anyway, his suggestion was to first ream out the residue that's inside of the pipe and clean out the shank really well, which I already did. And like I said, I didn't have to actually ream out the residue that was inside of the shank. Like I said, it pretty much all dissolved, except for the very bottom. The very bottom, it would appear that they burnt it out, so I'm gonna have to ream out the burnout that they've done on the pipe, and then I'm going to have to use pipe mud to fix that, which I may do a video on that as well. Additionally, I figured it would be helpful to you guys. Once I do get to the vulcanite stem, I have a method of cleaning out vulcanite stems that cost less than $3. And that method obviously does not require the use of any kind of power tools. And really, all it requires is a little bit of patience, not much, a little bit of patience, and some elbow grease. And it will get it kind of a matte finish. I do have another little trick to get it polished to a sort of a glossy finish that is also very inexpensive, and you probably don't have to buy it or buy the materials for it because you already have it. In fact, you probably don't have to buy any of the materials to clean the stem at all with the method that I am using that, like I said, cleans out stems, especially even ones that are, and this one isn't terribly bad, but ones that are, you know, as bad as this one, it'll still clean it out fairly easily. I'm also going to restore the stamping on that stem as well. So, that has been the Weekend Pipe Chat, and those are the videos that I have planned for the future. Also, if you guys are unaware, I am doing a 100 subscriber contest. The date that will end is October 28th. You guys still have plenty of time. Haven't gotten any videos, or at least I haven't seen any videos. So, if you made a video, share it in the original 100 subscriber contest video. which I'll link down below, along with Blend Recommender and Briarville's website. So, with all that being said, this has been DSG Pipe Smoker with another pipe smoking video. You guys have a good day.